Hey, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to Kiwoon Learning, and today, once again, we'll be going over the large indexes like the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq through their ETFs like QQQ and SPY. Once again, a lot of this really just has to do with the overall market movement. I'm kind of going to be going over my mindset while we're trading as well. And yeah, I mean, really just in some other large news today, we're really just going to be going over one of the first things with August job reports, basically saying that they added over 315,000 jobs. Unemployment rate, it is rising back up to 3.7%. However, once again, the overall market took this with relatively good upside here. I believe SPY right now is currently, oh wow, SPY right now is currently back near at the $400 level, which is really solid for them. After that breakdown, we weren't sure if we are going to retest this 400 in a while. But yeah, some of the big things that are kind of happening with unemployment today, though, is kind of just the thoughts behind the amount of U.S. workers that are, well, getting jobs right now. So it's very solid in terms of that. One second. And so it's talking about how like the August payrolls total 526,000 jobs according to the Labor Department on Friday. This is kind of the charts of how the monthly change has been for the non-farm payrolls. You kind of see, again, we've very much been decreasing since the roughly bottom out of COVID there. But overall, this is really solid data that we are getting back from the labor departments. Again, it is talking about how the job market could weaken in its coming months, as the Fed is trying to like taper the inflation, and it's literally at like a 40-year high. Fed officials have raised their benchmark interest rate by 0.75 percentage points at each of their past two meetings. They're really looking to do about the same in the next meeting as well. So yeah, just something to think about when trading and understanding how economics is really affecting how trades will be forming. Um, but yeah, we do have some other stuff about Meta and Qualcomm here. They're looking to strike a deal to make custom VR chips. Qualcomm was really big and then kind of pulled back, kind of because Qualcomm used to do chips for Apple as well until Apple decided to just go and make their own chips. But again, this is very high probable upside for Qualcomm here if they can land this with Meta. We know that Meta right now is the front runner in terms of all VR stuff, and yes, we know we have certain like coins and things like that with cryptocurrency and NFTs are kind of running along with it. But one of like the most famous sayings about things like this and things that kind of come new like into like Web 2 that we saw back in the early 2000s was that you may have a lot of different projects, however the ones that are really going to succeed are the ones that are built fundamentally for the entire process itself, right? And what I mean by that is that there are so many different like crypto projects and NFT projects out there. However, the one and the people that are really going to control those projects, most likely speaking, are the ones who are going to control VR slash the metaverse, right? And the reason for that is because they are going to be the ones that are going to have the tools to essentially go into, let's say, the sandbox or to these other different virtual reality spaces that a lot of other people aren't going to have access to if they don't have the actual tools to get into them, right? So there's a lot of stuff that goes into this, but I think Meta is going to be essentially the reason why some people can get into the metaverse, right? And so this will indirectly also hurt these projects and other cryptocurrencies because um, if they're not connected to Meta in some type of way, they're not going to have that same kind of outlook that hey, this is part of like the bigger overarching project. But yeah, so going back into this Qualcomm kind of deal happening here, the focus was to make custom chips by Meta. So they can kind of differentiate the headsets and possibly create like a really unique experience for users. Meta in their last earnings call, I believe, was talking about creating like that 4D even 5D experience for users. Creating that 3D spatial audio was a big one. And trying to make you feel really like surrounded in your settings, right? And not just feel like you're only wearing a headset. So I think they're trying to make it a little bit lighter as well. But yeah, they said there are going to be a lot of challenges in spatial computing, cost, and form factor. And they said that they are gearing to launch a new VR headset as early as this October. Even as losses widen in its Reality Labs division, which includes VR business, in the second quarter of the year. Yeah, again, second quarter, Meta didn't do great, but again, they're really thinking that these VR and Reality Labs division it's going to be extremely successful in the future, so they're willing to take that loss right now. Um, but yeah, that's kind of just something to think about with Meta, and if you're trying to look to go long on them. Forward, they're also reporting U.S. sales up 27.3% in August of 2022. In other some like macro energy news, we do have G7 nations planning to cap Russian oil prices. So they actually agreed to implement a price capping mechanism on Russian oil exports. So as we know right now, everywhere in Europe is getting hit hard by this essentially just Russia withholding with the Nord Stream 2, I believe it's called. They're essentially cutting off a lot of the supply to European countries, and if they're not cutting off full supply, they're cutting off enough to the point where people in Europe right now are they don't know if they have enough money to even heat their homes this winter. Again, some of this will also be a lot of this will be influenced by traders, right? And the fact that people can literally just go on any brokerage and just say, I'm betting on the future of it to go down or to go up, and people who actually need the energy may not even get the energy just because it's so expensive. And so now the G7 they're saying that this it can't be possible, right? We can't continue to see energy to rise because we're going to have hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people affected by this. And so basically G7 they basically came together and made a statement about adding that the price cap's effectiveness and impact would be closely monitored and revisited if necessary. But once again, G7 is comprised of US, Canada, France, Germany, Italy, UK, and Japan. And I believe it was Italy, their bond index or bond prices on their 2-year or 10-year, they rose like 30% in this year alone, which is just not something that's normal, like at all. Bond prices typically are rising anywhere between 5 to 10%, even on aggressive years. And the fact that we're up nearly 30% in Italy's bond prices is just going to show how, how oversaturated certain parts of Europe are currently, and why we most likely will continue to rise, which is kind of crazy. Um, but yeah. We also have some other stuff about how Russia warned it will stop selling oil to the countries that impose price caps. Um, However, the data from the International Energy Agency showed that Russian oil exports in June fell by 250,000 barrels per day on the month-to-month of 7.4 million barrels since just last August. Kremlin's export revenue still surged by 700 million month-to-month, but again, this is because of the increased prices. So for Russia, they're not really feeling anything, right? They're seeing increased prices. However, they're still making money, and they don't even have to export as much. And so, yeah, it said that oil's export revenues reached $20.4 billion, 40% drop from just last year's average. But yeah, this will most likely affect the energy market. Again, you'll see companies like XLE and XLEF, as well as I think the Philadelphia Index of Energy. I think that's something like it. That will most likely get influenced in today's trading, and within the next week to next month, most likely see a very large impact of that as well. Um, but yeah, it does seem like SPY here, just trying to hold this 400 level here. We're really trying to move to the upside. Tesla, kind of trying to do the same. Yesterday closing at roughly 277. We're back at that 281 level. We may try and go retest that 285 level, which is a big level for them as well. We're also seeing Apple here tearing up a little bit, back above 160, feeling a little bit more healthy. Apple will definitely need to get like a 5-minute close over roughly 160.50 maybe, and maybe that's when we can go continue to see to the upside today. I think a lot of people want to be bullish today once again just because of, I mean, we've just been constantly down like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, just 5 days of trading in a row, straight down. We did get yesterday, which somehow recovered by the end of the day, but we haven't really had a solid green day in a while now, so um, definitely looking to go a little more bullish today for sure. Some other news, there's also an article just posted by Reuters by Bengaluru, if that's right. The German economy is on track to contract for 3 consecutive quarters starting from this one, according to Reuters' poll of economists. Following a dramatic spike in gas prices after Russia slashed its deliveries to Europe. Again, kind of just going over what I just said about the G7. And now Germany is in a technical official recession, according to Canadian economics. And so, you know, it's not great. Europe is definitely feeling this hit, and we are not really understanding the full impacts of this on a macro scale if you are living in the US right now. Because the reality is that when you live in the US, it's very easy to get caught up in this bubble and not really understand what's going on the other side of the world, even though the other side of the world is getting hugely impacted by this. And so I just really think that this macro data will prove to really hit the US as well, and it's just gonna be a matter of time. And when it does get time to hit the US economy, it's gonna be very, very hard. But yeah. We are thinking to take Tesla calls at open here. Again, looking very, very bullish. We want to break this 285, but yeah, looking very, very solid. Pre-market volume, sorry, it's not very clear to see, but a lot of pre-market volume coming in here. So definitely looking pretty good. But yeah. That is for sure. Looking to potentially break down from 281.6 here on Tesla to retest 280 level. If we get the 280 level retest, I probably will be going long of some sorts. Also potentially thinking Nvidia here may try to fill this gap all the way back up to 150-ish. A lot of decent plays setting up here. Again, not trying to be too aggressive in the morning, but I really like how we're setting up across the market right now. We are open here now. Market is open. We are seeing a little bit of buying here, right at open. Trying to move to the upside, trying to break pre-market highs. Again, Tesla, I'm looking for this retest. We did, I guess, get the touchdown at 280, or 280.21. Few taps down here on the 1 minute. Wouldn't be surprised if Tesla's trying to just flush out though. I'm probably gonna wait till this 5-minute chart closes, and then think about going calls. Calls right now are relatively cheap. Again, implied volatility on Tesla currently right now. Ooh, it is high. IV is on Tesla here at roughly 88%. So holding contracts for too long will most likely results in like data decay losses. Once again, Tesla trying to hold 280 here. Not really doing too great of a job at it, but we do get the retracement last 2 seconds. We do get the hold above. We do get buy signals as well to go along on Tesla here. I'm thinking about just picking up one potentially, just trying to see how it plays out. But again, this would be a very, very early entry, but again, just buying one here at open, I don't entirely mind. Especially if we get the 5-minute close over 280. I feel pretty confident in Tesla here. But we shall see. People are starting to try to go grab calls right now. This is looking relatively solid. We're moving down, however. 5-minute, we still got a minute 55 to close. Hello, Tree. Tree, there's some gigantic plays happening today. Tesla up back at this 280 level, so if we get 5-minute candle close, it might go calls. Nvidia, potential gap fill all the way back up to 150 is the thought, potentially. We get slight pull down across like all markets first, and then we move up. Yeah, it did. I actually don't mind this pull down at all. I really, really like this pull down. I really want to grab calls. I really want to grab calls. Yeah. No. Well, at least not, I don't know, across the market. Yeah, I want the Tesla like basically on the money, like the 280 167s. But also Tesla's options contracts really need to be fixed. Yeah, it's very, very interesting. Yeah, it is moving really fast. Okay, wait, Tesla's just going into the dirt. What the fuck? That was another thing I was like looking at. I don't know why IV is consistently so high right now. What is Spies? Spies on the money is... Yeah, Spies on the money is 38%? What? SPX at nearly 40% too? Bro. What is this? Some BS. Yeah, that's fair. I just really want calls. Well, I mean, jobless claims just came out this morning. So that might be why IV is so high. So we might need to cool down for like an hour or something. But no, it was solid. Spy was green. This is annoying. Why IV's gotta be so high? I think Nvidia's just dropping right now. Yeah, holy shit. 141 open, they're already at 137. I mean, I really want to say this. This is very interesting. Hmm. I guess potentially with charting, we do have, in theory, another leg down before I make this move back up. Really? It was 90. Down. SPX is slowly falling. We're down to 38% or 40 before. They get a bullish engulfing on the 1 minute supply here though. Back-to-back bullish engulfings. For Tesla, I mean for SPY here. Yeah. Yeah, also it kinda invalidated after we just had 5 straight minutes of being pulled down. I thought we were gonna have some kind of pull up. Also, Nvidia is just, I'm telling you, actually going into the dirt. Not surprised. Oof, Tesla. I don't think so either. 400's like such an aggressive pull-up, especially from yesterday. I think I'm gonna just buy like a slightly further expiry day put, like 398 SPY put. And kind of just let that play out for a little bit. Okay, what the fuck? Something is going really weird with the options train right now. Yeah, someone's going SVX puts right now. Right, yeah. Which makes sense. I don't know what's going on either. Jeez. What a pull-up. And they went enter in video, but it played out well yesterday. And NVIDIA just looks like it's going into the ground, so. Ooh, NVIDIA pull back here. Okay, breaking back under the 9. I like trend lines. Trend lines are good. Yep. I know. I grab puts, but I'm only up 6% right now on them. NVIDIA yesterday hit as low as 132.8. Bro, what is this candle, bro? Could NVIDIA like not do this?